I'm Tony Schumacher, and this is WFO.
I learned from that mistake. When I came back, Brian and Mark looked at me and says, Antron, you're the best out there. That's what they told me. They brought me up to that level. That's what they tell me, okay? And what they do is say, you're the best one driving this car. And he says, go out there, do what you do. You go out there, how are you going to make a 050 light better on your shallow stage or a 060 light? He said, if you get beat with that package, you just got beat. And ever since then, I go up there, I know who I'm racing. I know what I got to do, but when I go up there, I try to give them all the same treatment. I try to go up there and cut the best light I can, keep the car in a groove, and let that last light determine who won. And that's what we did today.
I don't know if you have the same kind of thing with Brian and Mark, but I know there's a crew chief, and I'm not going to get names involved in this thing, a while back that was having a lot of success and had a driver that was beating himself up a little bit and kind of and had lost a couple of close races and been through that. And the crew chief got him off in the lounge, and he said, let me explain something to you. He said, this is a team. We're all going to have our days. We're all going to have our moments. He said, I want you to have a 70 light or better, and if we lose, it's my fault. And, the deal was like you're talking about. A guy going a little deep, the guy'd have a 65, the other guy puts up a 35. The scoreboards makes it look like a whole shot, there's a lot of fudge factor in here. And then you start second guessing. You start beating yourself up. And he said, you have a 70 light or better, and whatever happens after that is my fault. You just relax and do your job. And it took so much pressure off the guy that he just, almost overnight was back in the zone again.
Bam. And that's what it takes. And that's where that team chemistry comes in at. And because the thing about it is, when you go up there and you press in the tree and you're doing all these different deals, it's literally like you're thinking like this is a one-man race. You're not leaning on your team members. You have to lean on your team guys to make it happen. It's a team deal. It's not a one-person deal,
We're all celebrating here.
Yes, my little boy is celebrating because I opened a Reese PC cup for him, so he's all crazy, But you're truly on it. You're right on the nail with that AR, and that's what happens is when sometimes drivers get that focus, think it's all on them, and it's not. It's on the team.
There have also been some guys out there in the past that where the crew chief is, and I've seen it not so much in the fuel ranks, although there have been a few of them over the years. But there's one particular alcohol team that it's the funniest thing. It's like if the guy pedals the car, he gets yelled at for pedaling it. If the guy doesn't pedal the car, it's why didn't you pedal it? If it spins the tires and bangs the blower, you should have lifted. If he lifts and loses the races, it's why didn't you hold it down until it blows up? Just everything you do is wrong. But you can't just keep beating on somebody like that and expect them to perform. You got to get everybody pulling the same oar.
No, you can't, and you're absolutely right. And I've seen it time and time through all my years in drag racing, where you see these crew chiefs, they will beat up the drivers, and then when the crew chief mess up, the driver will beat up on the crew chief. So it's like they're pulling and fighting, and you're like, that's why that team never wins. Because you know what? Thinking about it, it's not him or that fault. When we lose on our team, and that's what I love about it, when we lose as a team. There's nobody's fault. When we win as a team. There's no I on our deal, and when people get that figured out, that's when you get these teams like Alan Johnson did, won all those championships, like John Force won all those championships, like we won championships over in our stables. Mike Green and them did because there was no I. It's all pulling together because you're only as strong as your weakest link.
I still think that if you go out there and your car blows the tires off of it and the other guy does the same thing and you pedal the thing 6 times and you got it sideways and you got it and it blows up just as you go across the lights and you end up winning the thing by a foot, the first thing you say when you get out of the car is, my crew chief's doing a great job. And it's like, come on, man.
Well, you don't.
At least get out of the car and go, you know what? I saved him that time. He saved me last round. I mean, my crew chief's doing a great job.
Well, the thing about it is, it goes hand in hand. You've got to be up to the game to save his butt, and then sometimes he's going to be up to the game, he's going to save your butt.
Oh, no, absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's the way it works.
But come on. How many times have you seen that? Pedal, bang, the body fall. Boy, my crew chief's doing a great job. Come on.
Well, what happens is the guys are so happy he won the round, it's like deer in the headlights. You don't know what to say.
No, what happens is he don't want to make the guy mad that just tried to set him on fire and give him another chance.
Hey, I ain't going to lie to you. When I get set on fire, I'm a little upset because brother like me don't need to get no darker. I'm trying to stay the right complexion. I'm honey roasted and I'm well done. I like the way I am.